Am I a bad person because I pressed charges to an unemployed mother? For context, this happened a couple of weeks ago and I've been going back and forth with this and my friend suggested I post it here. I'm a 16-year-old female, and I work at a YMCA. This happened when I was in my last 2 hours of my shift when I was on the stand. Now, unlike most pools, we are a total coverage pool, which means unless we have a large number of swimmers, like 50 to 70, we have to watch the entire pool by ourselves. Now, to make this easier for me, I choose to sit in a lifeguard chair about 8 to 9 feet off the ground. I was the only lifeguard on duty for that day, so I'm pretty tired and have a couple of Mountain Dew cans next to me to keep me awake. At the moment there were only about 20-ish people in the pool and they were all generally in the same area, so I didn't have to do too much scanning. Cue the entitled Karen of a woman. She came in through the adult locker room with her kids, which they are not allowed to be in because they are not adults, and I waved to her and explained why her kids are not allowed, and that they can use the family locker rooms. She gives me this disgusted look and walks over to the bleachers and sits down as her kids jump in the pool. I was like, okay then, and continued watching the pool. After a moment, her kids waddle over to me and look up at me before pointing to my lifeguard tube. "Can we play with that?" they ask. I calmly explain why they can't play with my tube, because it helps me save people faster while keeping myself and the victim safe. They seemed to be very happy with that answer and asked me a couple more questions about being a lifeguard, which I happily answered before they ran off to play again. At that point, the entitled mother comes over in a huff. "Excuse me, why can't my kids play with your floaty?" she asks rudely. I begin to explain to her why they can't and how it helps me, but she rudely interrupts me. "Well, I don't see anybody drowning right now." I just give her this look like, is this lady serious right now? But she keeps continuing on her rant about how I should let her kids play with the tube. At this point, I'm starting to get annoyed, and I have to get back to watching the pool. Now hey race where the best part comes. For those of you who don't know, a lifeguard tube has 3 parts. Our personal tubes have the body, the long strap you put over your body, and a foot-long strap that has a buckle where you can attach it to the underarms or waist of a drowning victim until help arrives. How this Karen was not small in any way. I'm talking 6 feet 5 inches compared to my 5 feet 7 inches frame and probably weighing at least 300 pounds. I feel a hand grab onto a loop on the long strap and tug hard. Now I had this long strap wrapped around my arm just in case I had to jump in from the chair and I didn't want to get caught on anything and damage the tube or injure me. But this lady had a lot more strength than I anticipated. And I fell to the ground, taking the large, metal lifeguard chair with me. Now I'm pretty sure I blacked out at this point for a couple of seconds, but I could feel that one of my arms was broken from the large metal lifeguard stand falling on top of me after I had already hit it on the ground. This lady had grabbed the strap of my tube and yanked with all of her strength to try to get it out of my hands. At this point, our head lifeguard had come in to adjust the water levels of the pool, and had saw all of this happening. I heard screaming and then crying as I presume all of the kids in the pool could probably see a bone sticking out of my arm. I don't remember much of what happened then other than me being taken to the hospital and my parents coming in with a lawyer. I had broken my arm and fracked my collarbone, as well as having a concussion. The police had also come in and asked if I wanted to press charges and I had said yes. Now what I didn't know at the time was that this mother was currently unemployed and looking for a job. So a lawsuit could ruin her life. She is also getting sued by the YMCA for breaking the lifeguard stand as well as damaging the pool deck. I only figured this out after my parents' lawyer came to me a couple days ago to tell me all of this to ask if I still wanted to press charges. I was torn, because I do want to press charges to teach her a lesson that she can't just boss people around, and I also don't because the kids' lives might be ruined, and I don't know if there's another parent or family in the picture, and I could possibly throw them all into poverty. I'm really distressed about this, and my parents do want me to press charges, but won't force me to do anything I don't want to. My friends are all saying that I shouldn't, but I just don't know. What should I do? So what it seems like is happening here is that the OP here is kindly telling the Karen and her children a reason why she cannot give them the floaty. However, this entitled Karen goes as far as to almost killing the OP. No matter what financial state someone's in. This behavior is unacceptable and you should definitely press charges. And good luck on your recovery.